What's good, Judge Mandel? Same time for a DL short. I was browsing around YouTube. I landed on the DV podcast. Please go over and check out this brother's YouTube channel, DV Podcast, Delta Victor Podcast. And he had Michael Sartain on, who is one of the guys who are out there. The manosphere has embraced him, but I don't think that he would consider himself a part of the manosphere. I guess none of us really do these days because the manosphere is now the Mano Swamp. Shout out to Rich Cooper. It's a mess. But there are those of us out here just trying to help people, trying to get the word out there, let people know what it's like. You know, mostly men. This is what to expect. This is what you need to do to get yourself prepared. There are no cheat codes. You're going to have to do the work. I think Michael Sartain is one of the top dudes in the space right now. And we're going to watch a little bit of this interview so you guys can see what I'm saying. And as you know, on my podcast, lately, I've been talking a lot about the male struggle in today's dating marketplace. I just recently did a video, and I think the video is entitled, Men Must Earn Their Value. So this is what I'm talking about. So let's check this out and see what Brother Michael has to say about it.
So there's three genders. Ready? LGBTQ are going to get mad at me. There's three genders, right? Here's the three genders. High status men, low status men, women. Those are the three genders. High status men and low status men have nothing to do with each other. They don't have the same, they don't live the same lives. They have different life expectancies. They have different numbers of sexual partners. They make a different amount of money. One low status men have a scarcity mentality. High status men have an abundance mentality. I'm not saying high status men are good people. Some of them are shitty people. But high status men, high performers, they just live a completely different lifestyle. They don't have a little bit more financial options and sexual options than low status men. They have 100 times more. In fact, you might.
He's not lying. It's 100 times more, if not more than that. I really thought this was cool. The three genders: high status men, low status men, and women. All men, generally speaking, start at the bottom and they have to earn their value. Now, some dudes, he's going to talk about this. Some people are just born into families and they make a lot of money, but those individual men still need to work themselves out of the basement, so to speak, work on their social skills, get out there and learn how to interact with people, get out there and learn how to interact with women. It may seem easier because they have money and resources and they come from a certain bloodline, but at the end of the day, if they don't work on these things, they can get finessed. And I see it all the time.
All of the options are in this low status top 20% of men category, right? So what happens with these guys is that the ones that are, most of us are just born, unless you're born into money or you have extremely charismatic parents or something like that, you're just born into a situation where you're like low status and women want you to quote unquote figure it out. They want you to figure it out, but they're not going to figure it out for you.
What does figure it out mean? It means do the work. They want you to know how to treat them. They want you to know how to get out there and get money. They want you to know how to solve the problems. Again, I'm not mad at that at all. High status men, low status men, and women. Let's continue.
If you and I were in Des Moines, or some other city, Wichita, or wherever, and we go out, there's some people out having fun, good-looking people are out having fun, having a blast. We're not invited though, because they don't know us. We're not invited. Like in general, if you don't get it, then the world isn't going to teach it to you. They're not going to teach you to get it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. If you're a low status man, guys are having a party where it's 7 girls to every guy, and they don't want you there. They don't want you to come. They don't want you to.
And it's not like the guys don't want you there because they hating on you. They don't want you there because you're going to upset the balance. They don't want you there because you don't know what you are doing. A high status guy, a wealthy guy will welcome an individual who knows how to handle himself around women, who knows how to network, who knows how to keep the balance right. Because these high status guys, they throw these parties, they invest all this money, and it doesn't guarantee that they're going to get the woman. But if you could come in there as an individual, as a man that knows how to chat the women up, that knows how to break through their defenses, to get them down, to get them to sit down and just have a good conversation, high status men are going to want you around. That's how you earn your spot. They're going to want you around. And when you know how to determine who the good people are in the room, bro, you money all the time. So it's not that the high status dudes are hating. They're not hating. They just put in a lot of work to create these environments where they can entertain the type of people they want to entertain, and they can't have you coming in there as a clown just messing things up.
No. If you go on Google and search high status party, you're never going to find it. If you go right now and go on Google, what's the best strip club in Las Vegas? They're going to tell you it's Chicas Bonitas or fucking Sonias. But we all know it's CH3, the Rhino, and Sapphire. But you're never going to see it. The world's never going to tell you where the high status shit is. You have to figure out a way to do it. So these men are clueless, but it's not their fault that they're clueless because their whole life they've been raised on this phone. They don't have they don't have personal interaction. They can't maintain eye contact anymore. They've never been in a fist fight. They don't know how to talk to a girl. There's just these little basic things. And when you pick on them, they cry.
They don't know how to maintain eye contact. Y'all know I talk about that. Go on my platform, did a show about it. They don't know how to get into a fight. They ain't never been punched in the mouth. Y'all hear me talk about that all the time. And when something doesn't go right, they go and they tell. They run to the police. I was just saying that in one of the YouTube shorts. Americans aren't cut out for any type of real conflict. You hear these things over and over and over again. Why is that? Well, that's because that's what is going on in the world out there. That's the situation on the ground in the real world. These men have been taught by their moms and dads and whoever raised them that everyone gets a trophy. We know that's not true. Everyone does not get a trophy. Winners get trophies. You need to be a winner to be successful in today's dating marketplace, in today's world.
They report your account and try to get you deleted. That's what happens when you just josh them a little bit or make fun of them. They're just so fragile. These such fragile individuals. And so you put them on there on social media and they just never got it. And their paradigm for what success is, they learned from Disney and their church and their family who don't understand how to talk to women or how to be financially successful. With some exceptions. If you have a father who's like an incredible entrepreneur and who's just a killer and just absolute killer sales guy, stuff like that, if you have somebody like that, for sure, that's a difference. But for most of us, that wasn't the case. Most of us, we got participation trophies. That kind of participation trophy lifestyle leads to men not knowing what to do on social media.
You see that? Everyone gets a trophy. Participation trophy will destroy you in today's world. Your mom and dad love you, but they don't love you enough to prepare you for the real world. Bottom line, you're going to get hurt out here if you're not careful. Even if you are careful and you know what you're doing, you're going to get kicked in the teeth from time to time. You're going to get knocked down. My generation, we embraced that. We got up, we dusted ourselves off, and we continued forward. And that's what he's talking about. So please, guys, go out here, check out brother Michael Sartain. Listen to his message. He brings in numbers. Like this guy is very well read. He is backing his arguments up. He's backing up these statements that he's making with hardcore facts. They delve into it. Rollo Tomasi, shout out to Rollo, is really good with numbers, but this guy right here, he is just like the guru. So check him out. Be thinking about this, people. For those of you out there who are raising your kids, especially young boys, teach these boys to be tough. Let these boys fail. Let the little girls fail. I have a daughter. I let my daughter fail and pick herself up all the time. I'm not doing the work for her. I don't carry her backpack for her. She has to carry her own weight in this family. You're not doing your kids any favors. Run around here carrying their backpacks, doing their homework. Yeah, we see y'all out there doing your kids' homework, bragging that they on the dean's list, bragging that they getting all A's and B's. Then they go off to college and they fail. Why? Because they didn't do the work you did. You cannot help your child by shielding them from disappointment, shielding them from failure. Success comes through failure. I learned that in the Army. I'm DL Sam. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.